to our YouTube channel
Already
and
done.
see if you can confirm that, please.
Not yet. Now here we are.
All right.
Hey, everybody.
Hold on. Actually, let's time it. I want to know how late the... Oh, my heart's doing something weird. I want to know how long the delay is, right?
All right.
So let's the real delay. So let's time it. I don't know how long the delay. I can hear myself really badly in the headphones.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to be able to test this.
It's easy. Let me hear myself on the damn microphone. Right?
All right, we'll go for it.
So we'll start with ping. In the meantime, it is the news. We're here for comic news, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ding dongs ahoy. Can we... Hold on. We're waiting for this damn ping. That's long, Yule.
I don't have my YouTube up.
Did you turn the volume off so I can't hear it? That's why. Okay, so that we can't do... I need to be able to hear myself, or we need... I need to be able to hear myself.
I don't think this is a time or place to do this.
Fine. Corey, what's going on?
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Diablo Hashcraft.
Oh, I didn't see. What's up, Diablo? Hi.
And Corey, yeah. All right.
Corey and I have been trying to have a phone conversation for like I don't know, years.
You hear that? We sound and look perfect.
Do we?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Wait. I can figure out the delay.
Hold on.
Change the picture, and we'll see how long it takes for it to change.
Okay, you guys can decide. You guys can decide which one y'all prefer, and I'm not going to tell you which one I hate.
So tell us when you're changing it.
I just did. Oh, this is not the time or place to do this, Yule.
With sound.
Here. We will go with like it matters. We'll go back. You ready, Yule? We're gonna change it to the other way right now. And then we're gonna go back immediately because I don't like the other way.
No.
That's pretty long. It's probably a 10-second delay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fantinuum, for confirming my opinion. Whatever. Thank you for agreeing with me, I guess. Because this is a democracy.
Well, and also my camera isn't so great. So when it gets close up, it gets a little blurrier.
We all need glasses, Yule. It's not this thing. It's that we all need glasses. I was always looking forward to the day when I would need to wear glasses, and that day has yet to come. I went to the doctor when I still had insurance, and I was like, "Hey, how are my eyes?" Because driving one day, my eyes seemed blurry, and I couldn't see I could see them, but I couldn't read the mile to Phoenix. It was like outside of Colorado or whatever. Yeah, long and short of it is my eyes are fine. I don't need glasses, and I'm kind of bummed. Ooh, that's hot. My pilot light went out today. I consider that very dangerous. It just went out. I have no idea how it happened. It's never done it before. And then I turned on the stove to make some tea, and I was like, something. Kaboom. We are not more legit, though. It's a lie. That's a lie.
Well, the pilot light will go out from time to time, won't it?
Ah, yes. Tell me more, Yule, about why the pilot light will go out from time to time.
Well, I'm just saying, it's happened. I mean, I remember a few times it happening. I mean, maybe if it should happen a lot, you might want to check that out.
If it happens again, I will make a complaint or whatever to the apartment people.
Woo, pilot light talk.
It's sexy, man.
That's
pilot
what
lights,
you all have shown up for, actually.
Pilot lights are the things that it's like the unsung heroes of your home technology.
Right. So I'm waiting for Next Door Bob to show up.
I'm sorry, I don't know who Next Door Bob is.
It's all right. I'm using an alias.
You know what I don't like about this setup
what's that?
is that I can, if I want to chat as Lewel Stamp instead of Fantastic Comics, I have to do it on my tablet. So I'm doing that. I'll be right back.
All right, very good. Well, thanks everybody for showing up. While we wait for Lewel to come back. Oh, are you back already?
Yeah, it's just a living. It's just
I didn't know what you were doing.
It's not a big apartment, man.
When I'm looking at YouTube, I'm not quite sure, what's going on because I can't see it live. And never mind. So I thought you were actually going to take off for like a few seconds. All right, this is boring. Hey, I'm going to unbox something that we got in.
Are you going to be able to show me?
Yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show everybody.
You know, I like this. I like this better for another reason, though, and that is because I can see you without having to see. Like, I can just look at you if I want to. I don't give this pop-up image of myself all the time.
So this would be a time to cut myself.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what's going on there? See, that's what I'm saying.
Gotta mute the
mute that.
Mute the self. Hold on.
So I don't know, like, when I started enjoying this character more than the other characters in the group. Probably as people started to hate them, I started to like them even more.
That seems like you. That seems like something you would do.
Well, it's funny because like I've always been a really super big Dodger fan. But when I finally moved up here, it was such hate and vitriol that was spewed by Giant fans that it made me an even bigger Dodger fan. All right, so I guess this is the Dodgers as far the Dodgers to the rest of the X-Men's Giants. So Cyclops, that's my guy. That's pretty cool looking though, I think.
Can you see through the visor?
No, but it's got that nice little mirror kind of thing going.
Yeah, that is nice.
I mean, it feels heavy in there. I mean,
he seems a little out of shape.
Yeah, well, it's from Big. Oh, wait. Oh, Gentle Giant. Oh, that's right. Gentle Giant. I got this for myself, so you could always have looked in previews, the Diamond catalog, and ordered it for yourself if that was something that you would dig. But if they do any more X-Men, I might do a big old X-Men collection. I don't really get a lot of toys, but when it strikes me, I'll pick it up.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
That's neat.
Yay me.
Do you need more toys?
What was that?
You carry a lot of toys?
No, not a lot. I detest them being around. If they sit and I don't sell them, it's like every day. It's like a relationship you can't stand, and you just come back and they're biting their nails or tapping them on the desk, and it's that figure is just sitting there. I got way too many John Constantine figures. I don't know what happened, but I ordered way too many, and that effort. I mean, I try to sell them cheap. It doesn't happen. I make sure to bust them out on like the sale days. Nothing. That John Constantine. I sell John. I mean, what was I thinking? Hellblazer sells so well in the store, but those people don't want freaking toys. I don't know. So,
I think it's real easy to mistake Hellblazer toys for toys about like nothing. The brand is not necessarily inherent in the imagery.
I don't want to buy an action figure that looks like Sting. What am I got? A police collection or something like that?
There's a Dune action figure of Sting that I wouldn't mind having. Actually, I love that movie.
Dune.
That's a great movie, man.
Movie again, right?
It is being remade by the guy that made the newest Blade Runner. Yeah. Villanueva, I think his name is, and he didn't ruin Blade Runner, so
he didn't ruin it.
No, he didn't ruin it. He did all right. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It actually posed a few questions and a little bit of worthwhile rewatching. What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing at Fantinuum saying John Constantine not being able to be sold. It's more like John Constipated. And then
is it macaroni and cheese night? Is that what this is?
Oh, and Diablo says I should use wrestling references instead of baseball ones. So we can do that. Oh wow, my camera moved.
I thought you did that.
I didn't. That was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
I kind of banged the desk.
You know what we should do is we should pay a homeless person to be your cameraman. So that you can always have a moving camera shot, right?
Sure,
and
sure.
If you want steady cam, you ply that person with more booze.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Or less, depending. Less,
yeah.
If you like
I want it to be like I can't remember the program.
That's a good story. Very good story.
The freaking what's that dude? The Irish guy.
Come on.
Sipowicz is in it. What's that one? Oh, I feel like an idiot not remembering. Come on, somebody answer.
Somebody knows the Sipowicz reference.
What was that? Oh, NYPD Blue. Of course, NYPD Blue.
Sipowicz. Yeah.
Homer he's like, that was his defense so that he could wear short sleeves during an important event. And he's like, well, Sipowicz does it.
Jill can't spell. I'm just pointing that out.
Oh, yeah. What did she try and spell? Oh, NYPD Blue. Well, that's what happens.
There was a cop show about Chicago. I think it was Chicago Blue. And the lead detective on that show, I think, if I remember correctly, it ran for like 6 episodes or something and got canceled. But the woman that was on that show, that was like the star of that show, was the woman from Flashdance. Did you ever see that
Flashdance, the one that slams the chair in the water and everything?
Yeah, the sexy dancing movie.
Sexy dancing movie. This wasn't the forbidden dance we're talking about.
It made leg warmers popular. I mean, it did damage to the culture with spandex. I mean, it was a sexy movie from the 80s, if y'all don't know. Jennifer Beal. Thank you, Bill. Even though you can't spell
I
all
think
the time.
It's Beals, isn't it? It is plural, right?
Oh, who cares?
Oh, well.
They canceled the damn show. It was actually pretty good, and she is gorgeous, but
wait, what's the name of this program?
I don't remember. It's probably like Chicago Blue or something like that.
Oh, I see.
It was a cop show. It was a decent cop show. Did you ever see the show Terriers back in the day?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so Netflix has this thing where at one point in time, they needed content so desperately, instead of making their own, they would buy every canceled show that they could get their hands on, right? So mid-season replacements with 6 episodes, full seasons that, a show ran 1 seat, whatever. And they would show that stuff, and surprisingly good, some of that stuff. Oh, hold on. Let's play the new game. Hey, everybody. Welcome to my show. Ooh, let's change the banner too. The Chicago Code. Is that really Jessica Biel? Jennifer Biel. Jennifer. Jessica Biel's the younger woman that's married to, whatever. I realize my error now. Hey, you're back. You're back. This is a lot more fun than the other one.
You didn't change the banner.
I'm working on it.
Oh, I see.
Give me time.
Sorry, guys. We're learning this as we go along. It's kind of why we're a little weird right now.
Whatever. We're not weird.
Different than normal? I don't know.
If you have a problem, you can leave.
All right. So maybe we should start the program and actually talk about stuff. Would you like
Too late.
Oh, too late. Oh, hey. Oh, it's time.
Was it? Oh, mukbang. Hold on, I gotta.
No. It's not mukbang time.
How do you spell mukbang? I've never tried to spell that. I'm banking banners, dude. Go ahead, just keep talking.
Fantinuum usually does that. MUK bang, I guess.
Mukbang.
Yep,
that's correct. All right, cool.
All right, so we could start with talking about some comics that sold well last week.
Oh, hold on. Tell me, give me some choices. Just give me some.
All right.
What dropped last week that we would care about?
All right, let me get this list up because I stupidly talked about it before doing anything about it.
Oh, that's That's right. Yeah, it was Seventh Heaven.
Seventh Heaven. We're not talking about that.
Wasn't that the show that Jessica Biel was on?
Wait, she was on that?
Yeah.
The answer was yes.
Yeah.
The answer all over the place is
so
yes.
was no. I'm mixing that show up with Dawson's Creek too. I think they were contemporary or they overlapped or something. But who is she married to? Timberlake? Is that right? Why do I know that?
I don't know.
That to me is why I think technology is going to win in the end, because I shouldn't know that, and I do.
Okay, very good. All right, so here are some books that came out last week that I think you should try and figure out which we sold the best of.
Yeah. Let me give it to me.
All right.
Oh, you know what? Go ahead. Hit me.
All right. I'm going to actually give you quite a few in a few titles, okay?
Yeah.
So we have Powers of X #1.
Right.
Okay,
Powers of X. Go ahead.
All right. Green Lantern Annual #1.
Annual. How much did it cost?
$4.99, $1 less than Powers.
Okay, go on.
We had Batman: The Last Night on Earth #2, $5.99.
Batman.
And we had Batman Who Laughed #7, $4.99. But wait, there's more. Because there's Monstress #24.
Always a good seller.
And the last issue of Paper Girls #30, a $4.99 book. All of these are like $4.99.
That's Brian K. Vaughan.
Brian K. Vaughan of Saga fame, Why the Last Man.
So and he's not doing Saga right now. So all of his fans are. It's fair to say that.
Very well.
Yeah, it's fair to say that they're desperate.
Oh, it just got greenlit.
Ooh.
It's going to be a TV show. There you go. Get
green.
your Paper Girls.
I like green.
So that's Next Door Bob talking.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob. Oh, by the way, Bob.
Oh, by the way, Bob.
But
Next Door Bob, we should build a fence so that he can sit behind you and peek over the fence.
Oh, that's cool.
Like the neighbor.
That.
Like the neighbor.
Yeah. So, anybody in chat want to guess what we maybe sold well?
Batman. It was Batman.
It's Batman. The Batman's what you're saying?
I guess the first Batman, but I'm guessing it's actually the second Batman.
So you want Batman Last Night on Earth #2 or Batman Who Laughs #7?
Batman Who Laughs. No, #2.
Okay. So firstly, Batman Who Laughs sold all but one issue.
Well, that's an irrelative term because we don't know how many you ordered.
That's right. That's true. I ordered well on it.
Okay.
Batman Last Night on Earth, I still had copies left.
Damn.
Okay. Damn. But it sold very well.
I'm not changing my vote. I stand by my horribly educated decisions.
I do not pull Green Lantern for people who get Green Lantern held normally. So, you know how we are when we do that. We sometimes, like when we're counting how many we sold, we add in the people that, have it on hold. So, Green Lantern, it did well, but it didn't garner as high a number as normal. And then Paper Girls did really well for us.
Not a surprise.
We did not sell out. As the title's been going on, we've been tightening the numbers just a little bit. And it's just to let you know what's going on. Powers of X was the #1 book, though.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we sold through on everything. We have new #1 issues of it back in stock for like a few more moments. We have been in a situation where we've been scrambling to get all the people that have added the book to their polls. And we've been doing that with variant copies and not the normal cover and all that other stuff. But basically, it is the best-selling book. #2 was Batman Last Night on Earth. But I as the series is winding down and because of students being gone, I did lessen my number on the Batman Who Laughs. I need to get more, but as of right now, that was one of the reasons why it didn't win out. But I don't think it would have anyway. So there you go.
Good.
So, no, that was very exciting. I know.
No, it's fun. I'm having a good time. I don't know about you, but I am having a good time.
We did really good on the Batman Who Laughs. It's really exciting that Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, I didn't read that one yet, but I am looking forward to. I had to reread Powers of X. Yeah, Capullo. So
right.
There you go.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Is it mukbang time? What happened?
No, it's not mukbang time.
Oh. We're done with the bestsellers, though. Was there Eugene sighting? This is fun, actually. I'm enjoying myself a lot. Although I'm
the other one.
I deleted the other one.
Oh, I thought that was the one you would be doing.
What other one?
You had another one that said something about doing something.
I'm making other banner. Yeah. We Want Bob from Next Door was one of them, and Eugene sighting was one of. I'm keeping the Eugene sighting because it happens often enough. And then bestsellers, but we also do other stuff like talk about nonsense. Well, that's not really a banner worthy thing. Oh yeah, and I was commenting on Fantinuum. Are you done? Whatever you're doing?
No, I'm not.
God, you're killing me.
Sorry, buddy. Ooh.
I know what's going on.
There you go.
Is that what you're talking about? I couldn't find it. I've made so many. I need to delete some, though, truly.
All right.
I want to flip the cameras around, too, because I always look off to my right, and that would give the impression that I'm looking off to you instead of away from you, but that's just the way this is, and I don't think I can change it.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you guys think of StreamYard, the new... what is this thing? It's whatever.
It's
called. It's a piece of software that we're using to make this happen. What do y'all think of it? And is it worth paying $20 to get rid of their logo? That's their.
I don't know that duck with the money sign on it. It's pretty cool.
Well, I certainly don't mind their logo being there, given that they've given us this piece of technology that's super easy to use.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I don't want to talk too much about them right now, but because I'm sure a lot of actually, it's funny because there's a lot of streamers out there, and they were sweating bullets. In fact, you and I last Thursday were trying out OBS with Discord and getting it set up.
I will admit I was getting very frustrated. Because it's very hard to explain Discord to people over the phone. Even when you can see what they're doing, it is very difficult to explain. Yeah. And this is just
I'm an idiot.
Such a better option. It's not you, Yule. It's not you. It genuinely is Discord.
Or OBS, actually. Or maybe
it's both. It was really and honestly both.
It's nice that this is everything all at the same time.
I agree with Fantinuum. The auto switching is horrid. I can't stand it. Do you remember in the beginning, I didn't want to use it. I just wanted you to be on camera and I would talk to you, and then people would, and then we get dizzy and we can't. Anyway.
Well, there were times when we were able to figure it out a little bit better. But yeah, this is easier.
Subliminal.
We had it so that we were going to look at each other, and we didn't do that. Hold on. You want to do that for everybody?
Hey, Yule.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good.
I hope that worked out.
It would be awesome if we, I did live there briefly, but we didn't do this kind of stuff because I lived there, right?
Right.
Just saying. Sometimes accidents happen.
I can also be on camera, and because the auto switching isn't going on, I don't have to say something to make it happen. That's kind of nice, also. So, okay. I mean, I don't know. It's nice for all of us, exactly.
Was that Bob? Damn it! I deleted the.
Bob. Well, why would you have done that? That's ridiculous.
What?
Yeah, maybe we can, but music will probably have to do something with money being spent.
No, you just play music. It'll just sound like crap, but no big deal.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, we have a song. Fantastic Comics has a song. I don't know if anybody knows.
I'm
that.
sorry, but I don't like that song.
I tried to play it one time, but
makes my head crazy. I don't like it. I'm sorry. Makes my head crazy.
Well, this would be the kind of thing that we would let other people, judge whether or not it's something that's, worthwhile.
I still get a vote. Come on.
Well, you do get a vote, but
it's not a democracy, Yule. If you want to play the song, play the song.
Well, other than doing it and it sounding horribly probably through the microphone.
Probably. I don't know if we can do music, honestly. I haven't seen anything for it on here. And they have all of their features are available, except they're behind a paywall. You can still see them, right? But they're not done implementing anything, so or everything, I suppose.
What I'll do is I'll do an Instagram with the song playing. We've done those pretty well. I'll film some comics and I'll play the song in the background. And you guys can listen to it on not mine, Fantastic Comics Instagram account if you want to hear it really bad. Or be here and have me let you in about 5 minutes before we open, and then I'll play it for you then. Just play it.
I don't think we can.
I gotta drive people to the Instagram. Yeah. I need likes on when I put anyway.
Do you still like Instagram after all of the, after the many months that you've been on it and active on it? Do you still like Instagram?
Dude, I dig Instagram a lot.
Me too.
It's really fun. I'm sick of Twitter. I didn't even say anything about this show, and I used to continue what Heather had done here, where she would post all the pictures of the comics that are on the shelves.
Yep.
But it's such a pain in the ass, and you want to really say something about everything, but you can't because it's Twitter. And then you're like trying to @ people so they'll like it or retweet it so that people will know that you're a store that's selling this crap. And
I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's such a pain. And, Instagram is just like, oh, here's a couple pictures in a comic book that I think is cool. I kind of feel like I'm almost in a way, participating in the creation of, the image that's being seen. It's kind of cool that way. So Instagram for, and I don't know, it's cool. I like it a lot.
I do too. I like that you can have layers of photographs, and so like if I don't want to look at all 20,000 photographs in your thing, I don't have to. Right. But they're there, and you can truly tank up on the options. It's nice.
But I don't do a lot of following, and I have the Fantastic
business. I don't
in my account, so sometimes they overlap, but overall, they're
separate.
They're a little bit different.
Well, your business, you can't really do the same stuff with your business account that you can do with your personal account. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's all comic book related.
Your personal stuff too?
Yeah, or at least pop culture. Oh, and dogs, of course.
And like Pokemon Go. Do you follow any Pokemon Go stuff?
No, I haven't. I never even thought to look.
So. I'm disappointed in you.
No, it's I follow the Frazetta Art Girls one. I think it's run by like a granddaughter of his.
Yeah.
There's some artists. There's Andrew McLean. Next Door Bob told me about him, that he has an account. He does Headliner, and his stuff.
He does what now?
He does a fantasy comic through Image. It just finished its 3rd arc, I think, and it's called Headlopper. It's fantasy.
Okay. Yeah.
And Andrew McLean is how you spell it. If anyway. And his stuff is really good. I'm not trying to pronounce it right. I'm trying to say it so that you would be able to spell it. Leam.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude's good. He has a sort of. He's not like super detailed. I mean, he is, but it's very kind of like open-bodied spaces. I can't really explain it. It's good though. Okay. it would be, you know, not when people say Image is independent, it, you know, you got to realize that almost always it's somebody that's a mainstream person coming over and basically just creating their own stuff rather than writing some Batman that's going to pay them a lot of money. This is their opportunity to make more than a lot of money on doing something, and that's what Image often is. So it doesn't really feel independent because of that. And also, they're not really a I don't know. Anyway, and when you're the third major company in comic books, it's hard to be. You know, you're kind of
Dark Horse.
You know, Dark Horse is not the third best anymore.
Oh, you mean IDW?
They are not the best.
Is it Boom?
No, it's Image.
Oh, of course.
Which is crazy.
How
because,
could I forget?
Like, think about this. All right. So Marvel, when they make money, they make their money. Okay. When Dark Horse when DC makes money, they make their own money. When Dark Horse makes money, they have to pay off to whoever they license things out to. Marvel sometimes does that, but because they're Disney owned, it's a lot less these days. And
plus they're making money off
and that too.
Well, we didn't really hear what Bob said, so you have to repeat.
Well, he said Bob said that you know, they're making money off of their things. IDW, on the other hand, is not really making money on G.I. Joe and all the other Hasbro products, but they're stuck and they're doing it, so they have to. I had a customer who's been working for a long time to get this video game made, and it's taken a lot of turns, and it was going to be an animated feature, and now it's going to be a comic book and all this other stuff. And he was like talking about a couple companies, and one of them he said IDW. I was like, don't.
Well, they're the third biggest comic company. I mean,
no, they are not. Image is the third biggest company.
I think it's IDW.
IDW is so
IDW.
that's what I'm saying. IDW owns some of their stuff, but they really, for the most part, just have the licenses that they pay out. And they're really not selling a ton of comic books these days. Because I have a customer who comes in here, and he's a brony, right?
I have a customer.
And he told me that we are past peak pony.
Oh, really?
Yes, the conventions that sold 10,000 tickets now sell 5,000 tickets. And the conventions that sold 5,000 tickets are selling 2,500 tickets.
Ouch.
And you can damn be sure that if a pony book is selling 10,000 at one time, they're probably selling about 5,000 one time now, you know? And it's like that in comic books. I don't know if you heard, but there was a big thing in Forbes recently where they were
comic books in Forbes.
Dude,
what?
So Warner Brothers and AT&T are together. They're owned by each other, or Warner Brothers is owned by AT&T.
Merged.
And as far as AT&T is concerned, this report by Forbes is they don't care about the publishing sector at all. And we are really in a situation because we saw Vertigo get dismantled, and they're subsuming them into the Black Label and what other universe. And they killed off Mad Magazine. You know, probably sales would suggest that was fine, but you know, when a company merges, we saw it with Oni. They merged with Lionforge, and Lionforge, before merging, laid off a whole bunch of people. And then Oni picks them up, and now they merge, and a bunch of Lionforge. I mean, obviously, the Oni people weren't going to leave. So Lionforge is a new company that gets bought up or brought in. They lose a bunch of their employees, and then people are all upset about that. But I mean, this is what happens. And now AT&T and Warner Brothers, AT&T is looking at the books, and they're like, even if this makes them money, it's so negligible compared to. It's all about, you know, it's all about stocks, baby.
So they, in my estimation, they have two things they could do. First of all, they need to immediately buy up all the rights to My Little Pony because it rhymes with Oni. Yes.
Yeah, well, sure.
And make lots of money. No, but like they can either sell that section off or they can kill it. And wouldn't it be smarter to sell that section off?
Well, all right. So you can. IDW, who is losing money and is willing to buy any property, it has a deal with Marvel, and they are doing children's books children's comic books with the superheroes geared towards kids, younger readers. I think the one thing I had a problem with as far as those books are concerned is they have continuing storylines. So it's like longer arcs, kind of like what we read in our adult superhero comic books. And that isn't a way to market a comic book to a kid. You want to be the one and done stories. You want to get them involved with the character and the story, and then it's done. And they don't need to buy the second issue because the third one, and stuff like that. Plus, they have lateness problems. And I heard IDW pays for shit. And
but they're the third biggest company in comics, Yule.
The third biggest company. And that's the thing that's crazy. Image being even with all the stuff that IDW does, and Boom, and all the other companies that are out there, Dark Horse, they own some of their stuff. They rent out, they get properties from other companies. Image has nothing that they own as a company, and they're still the third best company in comic books as far as like sales, as a company, as far as people caring about them and knowing about them. They beat all the other competition. At one time, it was Dark Horse that was number 3, but now it's Image. And then you've got Dark Horse, and then you've got IDW, and then you got Boom, and you got all these other companies. You got Scout and Valiant, and I'm probably reorganizing them a little bit. But there was Bongo, which did all the Simpsons and Futurama comic books.
Uh-huh.
But of course, Disney has control of all that Fox stuff. So
okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Did you see the new package deal that you can buy that's Disney, ESPN, and Hulu? For $13 a month. How do you think that's worth it?
Wait. $13 a month?
Mm-hmm. ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, and Hulu for $13 a month.
I already paid $10-12 for Hulu already. It's $1 extra.
It's not bad, right?
Yeah, and I'm already looking to get rid of Netflix anyway. I'm sick of them.
Oh, you buy them for a little while, or you lease their service for a little while, and then you leave when you don't have any content left to watch. And then a couple years later, you just veer back over to Netflix and get it for a couple months to a year, watch what you want, and bail again. It's designed for that. It's a la carte.
I cut my wrestling cord finally.
What do you mean by that?
Well, we had...
You don't watch any wrestling?
Well, we haven't watched any wrestling for quite a while. And we had the service so that we could get the network. Mm-hmm. But again, we weren't even really watching much of the pay-per-views anymore.
Why? What happened? Did you just get bored?
I guess I grew up finally to some degree.
I doubt that, but all right.
Well, I did. As far as wrestling is concerned, and it wasn't anything like Vince McMahon pissed me off finally, or I didn't get woke. Does it offend me that they would go to Saudi Arabia like they did? Yeah, it does, but I mean,
I'm sorry. Don't use the O word, okay? Don't use it.
Okay, fine. Wait, what did
offend? I say? You said you were offended.
Well, what I mean is like, all right, so we had that dude that was like slaughtered over there in the embassy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I just want to leave with my lady. And they're like, okay, we're going to chop you up. And then, it's kind of like, we kind of like journalism over here in America. I mean, sort of. We like it.
No, we don't.
We like to pretend we like it.
We like Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and stuff. That's what
we like. The WWE, they're like, oh, we're going to go over there and perform. And then, of course, they can't go over there and perform like their women can't. And that's not cool because, there's this big push in the wrestling for ladies to get their just desserts, their comeuppance, if you will, because they're actually good athletes and they're not just eye candy. And this is something that we've been working towards for a while, and it wasn't just forced or anything like that. It was like good performers that we really warmed up to. Yeah. And then they go to Saudi Arabia and we're like, F off right now. Don't bother coming. You can stay in the States. Yeah. And it's like, but the company makes more in that one visit than all of WrestleMania week.
Sure.
And that is like a gazillion dollars they make then. So, you do it. hey, ladies, you're not coming, but you know what? You're getting paid. So
give them time. Give them time.
So, it's not like it's something that I'm like crying about, but I mean, it sucks.
Jill is.
Would she? Nah. Oh, too long. Sorry.
No, she's not talking about
Raw
you.
Is too long. Raw is
she's
way
talking
too
about
long.
Raw.
Yeah, it's also 3 hours, and it's like
I cannot sit still for 3 hours. There's no way.
It's like, all right. So again, going back to comic books, we have DC, a company that's trying to make everything they do count. And it's almost all Batman books. Don't forget Batman Superman's coming out soon. It's got the Batman Who Laughs in it. And anyway, so that's something that's going on. But they're cutting titles. They're tightening their belts. They're getting rid of Mad Magazine. They're canceling. The Age of Heroes didn't do so well. Only the Terrifics is going on right now. And
they knew that was coming, though, right? I mean, it was a scatter shot where they're just hoping something sticks. Is that not a fair assessment?
It's not. They were just trying to do something. It was kind of cool. They were putting artists' names first in the comic books, and that was another thing that they were doing.
That is very cool.
They were giving owners, at least credit towards creating the characters for all of these people, and I think it was a way to keep people in their company instead of going to Image, the number 3 company, because Rocafort probably has a buddy that can write a story. Yeah. And if he was doing a 6-issue comic book for Image, it'd probably be freaking awesome looking. Mm-hmm. And Jill is a big fan of Rocafort on Instagram, and you can see his stuff, and it is sweet. And it's not just, super stuff. And he was a very interesting cat when he came over here to sign.
That's right. I forgot about that.
There was a little bit of a language barrier, or at least an accent. So it was kind of thickish. So I wasn't able to always understand everything I was hearing, but I feel like I got the gist of it. And he was like, there's definitely a lot to complain about all over the place when it comes to comics. So anyway, DC's cutting down their titles, and what does Marvel do? They're like, oh, we're going to do it the other way. We're just going to make more titles. Soon I'm going to be talking about that's not Bob. Soon we will be talking about Absolute Carnage and what's coming out. And it's going to be ridiculous. Flood the market. And while we do that, we're going to make sure to sell off some of this ideas to IDW just in case we don't want to do it anymore. Because, our buddy, the guy who wrote The Beef, which was an Image comic book, Tyler. He told me many years ago that he thought Disney would ultimately just get rid of the comics. And what it seemed like was they kept they feel like they're keeping the comic books just long enough to exploit the IPs, create a few new characters so that they can be important in the movies. And they're like, hey, look, it was 10 years ago we created this character, and now it's something that's like Marvel legend, Marvel legacy, something that everybody that is growing up that has read comic books knows, and they're going to be going to the movies and digging that stuff. But what really is coming out next?
Tyler was right.
Well,
kind of.
Well, all right. So a lot of people are talking about the comic book industry, about whether or not it is, something that's viable. Definitely whether or not comic stores are important towards the viability or success of comic books going forward, because there's all of the crowdfunded comic books that are going on right now. Everybody has been crowdfunding comic books for years. And if it wasn't on that, it was on Patreon, where you go and you look at their stuff every week, new things, maybe join some chat. I don't know. I wasn't involved in any of that. There's been web comics. Lots of people got really big and famous off of web comics, and they've been doing this stuff for a long time. The guy who does Lady Death, Brian Pulido, he sold off all his other crap, but he kept Lady Death, and he kickstarts that every freaking time, and he makes $1 billion, man. Dude, he's still alive, and he's making Lady Death comics.
I believe that. I don't believe the billion.
Well, it's not $1 billion, but he's making a very good living doing
very good living. He's his own man, right? He's living off of his creativity. So,
yeah,
thumbs up.
He's one of the guys that is really, really successful when it comes to that. And whatever, Lady Death. But the thing about Lady Death is it was much easier to sell it to someone that wants to come to you to get it than to have it in the store and hope someone wants to get it.
That's why it's a success on Kickstarter.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's a good kickstart. Good kickstart.
Yeah, exactly.
So, is the comic book industry dying? If Marvel decided to get out, I would need to be selling something different really quick.
CBD. Yeah, CBD. Absolutely.
More than CBD, probably.
Okay, so just get paper and dip it in CBD, and then you can sell that. And that's comic books,
I don't know what would happen if DC decided to stop doing comics.
There would be trouble.
The way Forbes is making it sound, this is a possibility. And, earlier in the year, they were talking about Barnes & Noble potentially being out of business by the end of the year. Really? And it's not looking so good right now. And
you know what? That's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Just let Barnes & Noble disappear. Just let them go.
Well, I might be kickstarting a store that doesn't sell anything soon.
I don't think that's the case. Like, if Nature abhors a vacuum, right? And if all comic books just disappeared today, people would start making them immediately. Alterna would get big,
That's what I'm saying, though. They are making them, and they're doing it in a way to.
Who's making them, though? Who's making them? We're talking about the big companies, right?
No. People independent like that. I'm sure. I would assume that Andrew McLean guy possibly did something like this in the past, and James Stokoe did something like this in the past, and if one of those things, whether it's crowdfunding or whether it's Patreon or something like that, something where they're giving money to these people so that they can live their life and put out stuff at a whatever designated pace, that you're willing to accept.
Right.
Corey Lewis. These are all independents that sometimes, they get published by Image, they get published by Oni. It's usually when there's a collection of their stuff and it's ready to be put out.
Sure.
Simon Hanselman, he does Megan Mogg books, Mega Hex, and
those are really nice.
Yeah,
they're really nice.
There was one that came out last week that I didn't talk about, and it was very.
Why? Do you still have it in the store?
Oh yeah.
Bring it on the show. Right. What are you silly? Those are great.
I got Next Door Bob doing something with it.
Okay, reading it. He's bringing it. All right, good. Next Door Bob. Yeah, you had me fooled for a moment.
All right, here we go. There you go. Can you see that?
Oh, I don't have to be quiet anymore. I can totally talk when you've got stuff on the screen and it doesn't affect the show. Although we can do this.
Cover, though.
We could.
The cover is so sweet. Anyway, this is a very mean comic book. So if you don't like people being mean to each other and getting high and saying horrible things and really, 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 really putting down Owl. Poor Owl. The dude gets shit on constantly. But it's a hoot. And the funniest thing is so the funniest thing is Next Door Bob's special friend is not the person that I would expect to like this. And when I got it in for the first time, they were looking at it and howling.
Oh, nice.
Just the
Nice.
fun. I was like, no way, you cannot possibly like this book. And sure, it sure does. Sure does. There you go.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Why? I don't know. I was just saying.
You'll thank you for making me laugh twice. Genuinely, I appreciate that. It is. It is. For those of you that do not know anything about my relationship with Yule, that is one of the reasons why I like him very much, because he can make me laugh, and he does, and it's pretty uncommon. So, thank you for bringing that over, Bob. I appreciate you doing that for us. Yeah. All right. So what's next? What do we got?
I could do some reviews of some books that I read last week.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Would you like me to hold them up, or would you like me to change the camera view?
Why don't you do what you normally do, and let's just see how it looks, because I have a feeling that you'd be able to get just try it. Let's see what's go. Just do it. All right. Do it. All right. We're talking. What are you doing? Reviews.
Well, yeah, but you're supposed to put it to the other thing.
I'm typing. Add banners. Boom. There we go. Reviews of books and books. Oh, hey, check that out. I didn't. Okay, that's not the right button.
What did you do? Did you turn off or something for a second?
I did. I muted my camera. I don't know why. I don't know why. All right, let's read from chat real quick. DCBD Medicinal Comics. I like it. What were we talking? I was listening to John Cleese last night, and he was talking about medicinal cheese.
No, that doesn't sound right at all.
John Cleese is a very funny man, or he can be. Anyway, let's see what else we got. I don't know what that says or means. Yule Diablo Hashcraft wants to know: are there some Marvel books that you don't order anymore, or do you feel that you have to order all of Marvel every month?
I feel like I have to order a little bit of Marvel every month. And
a little bit.
I usually get a little bit more than a little bit. So we have Absolute Carnage coming out. It's a 6-issue miniseries, but it's going to have 4 books a week coming out that's going to be tied into it. I would recommend not buying those unless you really, really like it. And so as a result, I am getting very, very few. And I did that with War of the Realms, and I felt like I was very successful. But I should go run over there and get how many books I have that are the extra books left. And when you see all of them together, it's ridiculous. And there's no returnability.
Okay, hold on. I'm messing up now. What's going on? There you are. I found you.
Way to go.
Yeah, sorry about that. You were rambling, though.
Oh, I was.
No, you probably weren't. I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. I was lost. I was lost in the internet. All right, what do you got there? That looks like Ghost Rider.
It is.
And I don't... let's do this. Can't...
That's okay. We don't really need him. But I'm not really sure if we're on that. So, all right. Oh, well, very good. What is he doing? Well, it will be a second at work. Okay, all right, we're live. Hey, everybody. It sounds horrible, though. It's not my fault. It's Lewell. Maybe it's the goodness. Well, he signed out.
What are you talking about?
So here we go. Oh, thank goodness. Are you there?
What is going on?
I don't know. What is going on with you?
I'm really confused. Did my audio cut out or something?
Yeah, everybody thinks you're an idiot now.
Well, I am an idiot. I mean, just give me a break. I don't want to be on the. I don't want to be on the camera while you're talking about comic books.
You know what? Don't worry about it. Nobody cares.
But if I do that, it cuts out everything. Do you understand?
Right. Well, what I'm saying though is we don't know if you're there, and you don't want to talk.
I'm sorry. Can I just talk in the background?
Well, I don't know, but what happened was my microphone was really bad.
Yeah, I know. I heard that too. I don't understand how this happened though. Like, I don't know why that happened.
Oh, maybe it was next door Bob that did it.
Okay, and then I really don't know what happened.
He says Discovery Bay says turn my camera off. Turn your camera off. Can you do that?
I don't think you can hear me if I turn off my camera.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And I'm not turning off my mic. I'm just turning off. Hold on.
All right, well, let's try it one more time. Okay, very good.
I think that's as good as I can do, man.
Okay, very good. Oh, well, that's the same thing then. Now it's just you.
I don't know what to tell you.
You can't click on my you can make it big.
No, if I click on your picture, I remove you from the stream.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, I agree. I do not know how to fix this. I'm sorry.
Well, let's not worry about it right now. How about that?
I'd like to go on.
Okay, very good. So yeah, that's Ghost Rider.
Hey, that looks like Ghost Rider. Can you aim your camera down just a little bit though, so we can see it above the banner? I can remove the banner too, but I'd rather not.
Hold on. Let me move it one more time. All right.
Just one more time. Hey, sorry about that.
Talk about it,
guys. I'm sorry. Don't know what to say.
I don't know.
True or false? He's riding through the town with his head on fire.
That doesn't sound like Bob. I mean,
well, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't have a better name.
It just doesn't sound like Bob.
Does it sound like John?
I know Bob, and Bob doesn't sound like that.
All right, what the hell do you want from me?
No, okay? It's about framing.
I don't think I can make this better.
Okay.
Better before.
Okay, homeless camera would have been better, but that's all right.
Okay, well, very good. You know, I can just. How about I move it up? All right, everybody. This is the comic book portion of the show, so you might not want to watch anymore. This will be too tall. This will be pretty good. All right. Over Street Guide. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, man, it's great.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like you really mean it. I know. I see the glare. All right. That is Ghost Rider. It is not Danny Ketch like I thought last week. It is Johnny Blaze. That's the one everybody wants. And it's all about Robbie Reyes. He's driving through town with his brother. The car is basically threatening him. He sees his brother in flaming chains. And he's like, I gotta do something about this. And he goes to the desert and he demolishes his car. And then when he gets home, it's back. So he goes to the Avengers for help, and that's what this issue is all about. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my short, sweet. I've been enjoying this one a lot.
This Avengers or this Ghost Rider?
This Avengers. Jason Aaron, I told you before last week, he had a run on Ghost Rider, and I've never been a big Ghost Rider fan anyway. A dude who rides a motorcycle just isn't really that cool to me. A flaming head.
I'm sorry. That is un-American.
Well, I understand that, but come on, Nicolas Cage, really?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I like the Fonz, but, you know, well, he could... Oh, man, it's a secret nerd. Okay, so this one's a good book. Anyway, Jason Aaron does really good dialogue. He gets in the head of characters that I really don't like, and he makes it good. So this is a good first part to this Ghost Rider story that's going on right now.
I have a question for you. Can Ghost Rider sustain his or her own series?
For a little while.
That's not a series.
Well, at Marvel these days, it would go like about 8, 11 issues. That's a series. We were saying earlier that historically DC. Oh, if you start a series, it's gonna, unless it's a mini or a maxi series, you're gonna go 3 years at least. That's how it used to be.
Okay.
Now it's like, New Age of Heroes. You win 11 issues. That's fine. Marvel's like, you can go 9 issues on this Wasp, and you know what? We'll give you another Wasp series, and we'll give you something else, even though it's not selling. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. I mean,
not even the people that invented, created, and wrote it, drew it.
They did that character no favors. She was a daughter of a man and took the name of his ex-wife who had nothing to do with her. So there you go. Whatever, bitch.
Wow, strong language, strong feelings. Very strong feelings for.
Well, no F word here, man.
Hey.
Batman universe.
Batman universe.
I read a Bendis book, everybody.
You like Superman, though.
I do like Superman.
So okay, go on.
The character, yeah. Batman universe.
What's he holding in his hand there?
A bauble.
Bauble.
Yeah, it's something Russian that was stolen, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
This is the Walmart exclusive book, finally in comic book form for comic book stores. Oh, by the way,
no longer exclusive.
Well, the exclusive part was the 100 pages that only cost $5, as opposed to the thin $5 book that we get to buy in comic book stores.
Sure.
But rejoice.
I am.
They're going to do it again, but it's no longer going to be exclusive.
Yay.
But comic stores will get them a little bit later.
How much later?
I don't know. I just heard that.
Okay.
Anyway, this is a Riddler story to begin with. The Riddler steals something, and the Batman has to go after him.
Is the Riddler a kleptomaniac?
Yeah, he's a riddle maniac. We've got.
I knew that about him, but I
didn't.
That's
the thing. There's been a lot of.
He was compulsorily stealing things.
That is his. No, the crime isn't really the thing. It's the riddle, but it usually manifests in crime.
Okay.
I mean, you want to get rich, right?
If I was that intelligent, or if I was that gifted in some way, yes, I would be a criminal. I guarantee.
So the artwork in this is excellent.
Yes, it is.
The Riddler leads the Batman into a room full of Riddlers, and they all get beaten up or arrested by cops, and the Riddler gets away. Yeah, that one's a good one. This is by Nick Darrington, the artist.
Okay.
Nick, I think his name is. He did Doom Patrol in the first Young Animals iteration. Anyway, this is a typical Bendis scene if I've ever seen one right here. So all the Riddlers are handcuffed because the police got them, and they're being interviewed. You see that in every freaking Bendis book. Something where someone needs to be interviewed. Oh, look, these are little funny quips. Oh, yeah. Oh,
it's not stupid. It gives you a very good opportunity to give a lot of perspectives really quickly. It's kind of like a montage scene from 80s films, right? A lot of ideas really fast. It's a decent technique.
There's no music in this.
It doesn't matter. It's in my. I have music in my head all the time, so it's fine.
Because you're a freak. Anyway, the Batman goes.
Thanks, Jeff.
Bob. Oh shit!
Sorry.
Anyway, the bauble that was stolen was originally something that Jonah Hex, the Confederate soldier from DC's past, he had it, and it was given to this museum that was taken from by the Riddler, and he has to meet this girl whose name is Ginny Hex, and that is her first appearance, unless you count the 100-page giant that came out from Walmart that cost $5. And it also had extra pages full of other reprints.
Has the Walmart exclusive created some kind of artificial scarcity or demand or any of that?
Yeah, the scarcity is from places where there are comic book stores. because the store owners or people that speculate in the area go and get those. But when you go to BFE Walmart, they're there. And from what I understand, because I've seen videos of it, horribly presented for the people to go and get.
Yeah. Hey, Diablo, how big is the area? Like, how populated is the area around your Walmart? He says that his didn't get them. And like, I remember trying to buy Dark Souls 2, I think it was, when I was living in really remote part of Iowa. And the Walmart there was like, it was considered a C store, and only A stores and above get certain types of games. They don't get them. They only get the ones that are like guaranteed to sell well, right? So they like Dark Souls. Nobody wanted it, so I had to go farther afield to get it to a bigger area. So that may have been true about this as well.
Huh. Well, from what I understand, like I said, they were presented horribly. What they were, dumps are what I call them. They're the little cardboard things that fit whatever you want to sell, usually up at the front counter. And if they're not in the front counter, they're probably on a shelf where all the all ages books are. And wherever Diary of a Wimpy Kid is, or Dog Man.
Really? See, I would assume that they would have put them next to the magic cards in the Walmarts that are big enough to carry magic cards.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And that wouldn't be a bad place to put them, would it?
No. Coffin. Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Are you okay? San Jose, huh? That's surprising to me, Diablo. I would have thought they would have carried them, but maybe it's a person's in charge. When I first started working for Half Price Books a long time ago, this woman was the district manager, and this isn't really the same thing, but it gives you an idea of what I'm talking about. She was training me to buy, and the motto of the bookstore is we buy anything printed or recorded except newspapers. Okay, anything printed or recorded except newspapers. This guy brought in a short box of first and second edition Dungeons and Dragons modules, and he offered them to sell, and I was pretty excited. All right, and she, the district manager training me, was like, we don't carry that stuff, sorry. And she just turned them away.
We do now.
And that's what happens when people make decisions about what is carried, right? So that could have just been San Jose and Martinez. I don't know what to say, though. That's sucks.
Well, there was one other thing. When I worked at Target, I remember the toy section was quite the, you're not sure if everything is going to get out on the floor.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, that was when I forget what the name of the company was, but they were doing like sports figures. Okay. And they were really crappy figures too.
Okay.
But no, it was before Todd McFarlane. They were like little short ones like this.
All right.
And it would be like, I remember it was the year when Joe Montana went to the Chiefs, and that was like a big deal. And
he's pretty old then, or no?
Yeah, well, he was, but then I gotta get the Steve Young 49er one, and all that other stuff. Anyway, those didn't always get to the front, so maybe those comic books. I know I can sell them online. They don't necessarily need to make it out there.
True.
There you go. A lot of theft at Walmart.
Oh, I believe it.
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This was the story about Aunt May's charity where she feeds people, and it got destroyed. And she needed to get some crowdfunding to get it going. But the crowdfunder, we're going to find out all about this. It was a horrible book. I don't even want to talk about it. That's it.
Thank you.
So bad.
Thank you. Your brevity
bad.
is refreshing.
All right. Firstly, Ken Lashley does the artwork, and Ken Lashley he's gotten a lot better over the years. He did Rising Stars, not something that you should talk about. This is a retcon story about this woman who's Japanese. That's right. So I'm really bad with history, but if I remember correctly, so if she's fighting, I didn't understand. She's fighting in World War II, but she's also a kid in internment camps. Or no, she wasn't. She got. I don't know, man. It was. It's just. I didn't like it, but the art was pretty good.
You don't have to like it, man. It's fine, and I appreciate it when you're honest like that.
All right, well, very good. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is probably going to be ending soon. I also, you heard it here first. If you haven't already heard it, that is. There was a rumor that in the next month or two, Spider-Man may be dying.
I don't know.
So Fantastic Four.
Hey, which Spider-Man? Aren't there several?
This is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's written by Tom Taylor.
Is that what we're talking about, though? The rumor is that the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man's going to die?
No, that's not what this is. The rumor was, I guess, this character that they're introducing in this comic. Anyway, it was not good. Except,
get it out of there.
What's
Captain America doing on there, though?
History. We got it because she fought in World War II.
That makes no sense.
But she also got put in an internment camp in America, probably California, I assume.
With George Takei?
That's what I was assuming. I was like, oh man, and George Takei's there.
Yeah.
That'd be so awesome. And then it didn't happen. And she like fights these prison guards and stuff. And the one thing I'm thinking like is like, were the Japanese on the side of the Allies?
No, that's why.
Not when they were fighting. Not during the war.
Then that's my point. Why would she be fighting with Captain America?
Because she's American. Duh.
Oh, she's American.
Exactly.
Why would we be locking them up? Is the question.
No. She is not American. If I'm not mistaken, she is not American. She is. I don't understand this book. It's stupid. I don't like it. Fantastic Four. Ben Grimm is finally going on his freaking honeymoon. He got married in issue number 5.
Okay, how long ago was that? Realistically, was that 6 months ago? And they're just now going on their honeymoon?
Realistically.
He's a busy guy.
Oh, I thought you meant because of Dan Slott's lateness. Because it's been a better part of a year. People are dropping this title precipitously.
Really?
Like,
see,
I don't know how much is precipitously, by the way.
It means falling off, right?
Yeah, it's falling off a cliff.
Falling off. So,
but we have dedicated readers, and this is a good one for dedicated readers. I'm gonna let you know that right now. The thinnest premise.
Yeah.
To get these two guys to fight each other.
Yeah.
And they do. And it is a thin premise. It's a thin premise. It's right there. Can you see that? That's how thin it is. You know when you go to like the butcher and you get it real, the ham sliced real,
and you put your thumb on the scale. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
That's the premise, but
it's thin. Yeah, I got you.
And the Thing and Alicia, Ben Grimm and Alicia Masters Grimm, I assume is how it's going to go. They are going on their honeymoon, and the Hulk is being controlled by Alicia's father, the Puppet Master. Okay, and that's the reason why these two are fighting. But it's really good art in it. I liked it a lot. Let me get you a couple pages. Oh, look, no action. I think this dude told the Puppet Master that they were there.
Yeah, he looks like a snitch.
I really like how big the Thing is over here in this picture. Let me move this over.
Yeah, thank you.
Look at that. I like that. It's cool.
He is big.
For those of you that don't know.
She looks like a pencil, though.
It's really cool because she... Oh, yeah. So he's going to be turning into human for like a little bit of time. And just before he turns into a human, the Hulk shows up. So it's like it's going to screw everything up. She also got a wedding ring made just for him so that when he turns back, turns human, he can have it to wear. Because the other one that he's wearing is like, made out of vibranium and all this other stuff. So it can withstand his punching people out.
Sure.
And, it's not going to shrink down. So she got in this. She gets on her knees. That's kind of...
It could become his helmet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He could wear that ring as a helmet, and then it would.
Anyway, here's the Hulk showing up, and it's a big old fight. Like I said, look at that, the Hulk showing up.
The Hulk looks cool, man. That looks like a Bernie Wrightson Hulk, just like.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, it's good. I liked it.
Right.
This is a fun little cover too. Them punching each other's jaws.
That would hurt so much. Pow.
Oh, I didn't read this. I was just showing you it. Remember how I told you we sold this very well?
Yes.
There you go. And hey, last but not least.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't recognize what I was looking at.
Yeah, it's a little weird. So we had House of X, and we've been, for a long time been calling this POX, Powers of X.
Yep, I got
But we found out it's Powers of 10.
Same thing.
And the reason why, at least for this issue, is we are seeing 4 different times, all advanced by the power of 10. So you have your 0 year or your very first year, and then you multiply that by 10, and then it's 10 years, and that's where House of X takes place.
Okay.
And then it goes forward 100 years from the 10th year.
Yep. Okay.
And then 1,000 years going forward from there.
Is that logarithmic? Is that what
I
that
don't
is?
know. I don't want to question it right now. Let's not.
Okay.
I don't know that kind of stuff because I'm stupid. We said that already. It's pot is what this is. It's Hawks and pot.
Yeah. I gotcha.
So a lot of this story is this little kind of fair going on.
Uh-huh.
And we see Professor X walking and enjoying himself. Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to do that in a sec. I'm going to go back. And here he has a conversation with who we assume is Moira McTaggart. Moira McTaggart is important in X-Men lore. This has been billed the most important scene in X-Men history. I'm not quite so sure, but I read House of X #2. Maybe it actually is. It seems pretty not important. Anyway, here we have like different times. So here we have like 10 years later. And this is Mystique. And where we were in House of X, she was stealing something with Sabretooth. And that's when Cyclops got involved with the Fantastic Four and did that whole thing with, hey, send your son over when he's ready type thing. Yeah. Anyway, she was stealing this thumb drive, and there's a whole scene about that from Reed. Yeah, she stole it from Reed. So next door Jeff Bob seems to think that everything that Hickman writes is really just a continuation of his Fantastic Four series that he did so many years ago.
Okay.
Avengers definitely had a lot to do with Reed Richards, especially at the end of Secret Wars. And a lot of what we're seeing here could potentially, if this is, anyway, maybe. That's what I'm going to say. So then we have this 100 years later, and then 1,000 years later. I don't want to really tell you everything that's going on, but there's a lot of X-Men characters and some interesting things, and I got to reread it so I can really, really, digest it.
Okay, but so it has that kind of depth of quality?
Well, you definitely want to read it and then go back and read House of X1 and then Powers of X1.
Okay.
And now that I've read House of X2, I want to go back and read House of X1 and Powers of X1 and House of X2.
Do you think that the fans of the X-Men are like that voracious for X-Men right now, that this is going to do extremely well and continue to do so?
I have ordered like it is going to.
Good.
We have only had an increase in numbers, and I'm very excited. When the thing is like maybe Next Door Bob is right, and this is about Reed Richards. It is not necessarily going to be that way going into the X-Men book. Whatever the fallout is going on in here, or whatever we learn from what's going on in these books, is going to play the important part of the X-Men going forward. And that's what's really exciting. We're seeing a lot of things. So he's advancing the story in a way. There's X-Men have always had things that would suggest there's promise for the future within their characters. there's also been histories where there's doom and gloom. Days of Future Past is, comes to mind.
Sure.
Recently, and there's also been like a lot of like altering kind of things like Age of Apocalypse, or most recently the Age of X-Man stuff. And I don't know, it gets really busy and a little overworked. And I think what Hickman is going to try and do is make sense of that, and at the same time advance and continue with that in such a way so that, he'll put his stamp on it, but he won't do it in such a way that you can't build off it later. This isn't going to destroy everything that we know. This is going to, hopefully accentuate and build on that.
Yep.
And that's what that's why I think it is so important when people gripe about series ending and starting up and ending and starting up. It is a shame because there seems, even if it's just me thinking it in my own head, it still is true that there is a disconnect from the 350, 500 issues that went on before, and then the 35 issue story, and then the 25 issue story, and it's the last 22 issue story. And I don't know, it kind of, there's no sense of importance. It's not something that, I don't know. It's just maybe it's just how I feel. I mean, maybe it's just a few of us that feel that way. But, and maybe that's also, we're so readily to accept a remake of something in like movies or TV or, whatever. I mean, it happens more and more these days. And maybe the Marvel movies actually feel refreshing, but ultimately, just because it's a different superhero, it is just like, kind of remaking the same thing that they just did over and over again.
Okay.
Corporate comics.
Yeah. Corporate comics. It makes a lot of sense though, but that's why I don't think comics are really in danger long. People didn't abandon reading when television came around or radio,
Yeah, but if print isn't around to read, then
print will be around though. People have print's not going away.
Not for the bookstore. It's not going to be.
No, not for the bookstore. Definitely
not for the bookstore. And I mean,
dude, the smartest thing they could possibly do for comics is just transition straight completely to graphic novels. Like there is a market for those. People want them. They don't necessarily want to go to a special store every week to get them. The people that want to give them as gifts have no interest in the individual issues, right? They want the book.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and it will be available to them. It just
Hey man, I understand, but that's not the people who work in the industry.
Instagram.
Exactly. That it's on you to diversify your business as best as you can.
Make sure you follow Fantastic Comics on Instagram. I just posted a bunch of discount books.
I do too, Bruja. I like single issues as well, but they are very difficult to give as a gift. They're very difficult in general, and they're very expensive for what they are.
A lot of space too.
They take up a ton of space. They're hard to move around. They're very hard to appreciate once they're in your collection, because most people don't just have them hanging on the wall like I did when I was a kid.
Well, you're supposed to make sure to change your bags and boards every year.
That's not how you're going to make your money, though. So stop. Just stop.
Well, what I'm saying is if you bag and board your comics every year, then you're going to see your comics every year. And a lot of times just kind of sit. I remember obviously we had a whole lot more time because we were kids in school, but we would go over to my buddy's place and we would rebag his comics. And a lot of what we would do is sit and read his comics. Yeah. It was great fun, man. You know? And the thing is with more and more illustrators going straight digital, there's less and less artwork to purchase after the fact.
Yeah.
Which is kind of foolish because they're taking some revenue out of their pockets.
They can just sell t-shirts, man. Just move it over to a t-shirt and sell that. They're not actually, they just need to change the way that they make their money. Well, they still have the rights and the talent to do something with it, right? So if
Yeah,
they, I mean, instead of
First
selling
impression
something
is
one
dreadful.
time, I mean, that's the modern way. You don't make one thing and sell it for a lot of money. You make one thing and you make copies of it, and you sell the copies for a very small price, and you will
like
make
the
more
Patreon.
money, right? You'll make more money.
Just kickstart it. You'll get this portfolio.
You can kickstart the project and still sell the t-shirts. Like, why not do both?
Batman's coming out next week.
I see that, and I really like that cover.
Can Batman beat Powers of X or House of X?
Have people been waiting for Powers of X?
House of X.
Yeah, whatever. Hawks and
yeah.
Pox. Have people been waiting for that? Whereas, have they been waiting for Batman? There has been no wait for Batman, has there?
They're going to be waiting. I'm sold out of Hawks too.
Good.
All right, so this is 76, issue 76. It feels like 75 just came out, but it was just 2 weeks ago. Anyway, this is the second part of the City of Bane story, where it seemed like Bane really had everything going on. The bad guys were the police, and that guy here on the left, that's Bruce's father, it seems.
Whoa.
Maybe Flashpoint.
Wait, what?
The one from Flashpoint.
Oh, okay.
Flashpoint was or wasn't the event that made everything all screwy in the DC universe. You know, Superman and Batman not wearing underwear on the outside of their leotards. Oh, there's that Batman Superman I was telling you about. Look at that. They're both wearing underwear where they belong. On the outside.
On the outside.
You want look at that.
You want to be able to sell the underoos. That's true.
Exactly. God, look at all this advertisement. Deceased.
Can't spell.
Oh, I'm sorry. DC-eased.
There we go.
Another ad. Oh my goodness gracious.
Wow.
Who are the infected? Oh my god, this whole thing's ads. Anyway, Batman 76.
How many pages was that?
It was unlucky. It's just because they're like.
Wait. We're not doing reviews anymore, are we?
No, we're not.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Hold on. No, it's fine. I just got to make a different banner.
Woman. Wow. Hey Bruce, look at my underarms. I shaved.
Ew.
What? That's not good. You like it hairy?
Underarms? Yeah, I trim mine.
Me too. With a hatchet.
With a hatchet.
Ooh,
I use a
Captain
hacksaw.
Adam's in this one. All right. Captain Adam. Excellent.
Is that the Silver Surfer?
I said it's Captain Adam.
Well, I don't know. There's a little bit of a delay. You could have been talking about the previous page. I don't know.
He is more bald in the new.
I don't even want to.
I know it's Marvel. It's not DC. God. Jesus.
Tony Daniel does the art. Tom King writing. Hey, look at this. Jeff Lemire's doing a comic book.
Is that actually?
He's doing it for Dark Horse, not the
Deodato.
comic company. Mike Deodato. I could tell you a very funny story, but I'd get in trouble, so I won't. Anyway, yeah, I got the Mignola cover. Look at that, Mike Mignola.
Because of that.
Yeah, because of Dark Horse. So I didn't read this, but my brother did, and he really, really liked it.
Okay.
Fantasy based.
Tell us some of the fantasy books that your brother really likes, so the people in the audience can make a connection.
Well, he likes the Game of Thrones.
Who doesn't?
He likes the Robert Jordan books.
Okay.
He's read those all multiple times.
He likes Terry Goodkind a lot, right? Also,
he liked him. He also likes Brandon Sanderson a lot. Probably likes Sanderson the best of people that are working right now.
I still need to read that guy, but I'm sorry, I don't want to derail.
He's pretty good. Scott Lynch is a guy my brother introduced me to, and he did The Lies of Locke Lamora. Yeah. Fantastic book. I'm gonna sneeze.
I didn't hear it, so
yeah, I muted it.
You don't get a bless you.
No, it's all right. So this is fantasy based. I think it does the one thing I can't stand towards the end.
Hold on. Which one thing?
As far as I'm specifically talking about fantasy stories.
It's not time travel, is it?
Kind
It was
of,
all a
sorta.
dream.
No, yeah, I think it takes us to present day at the end.
Oh, you don't like that, huh?
No, see, I can see the city.
Planet of the Apes. I mean, that kind of take us to the beginning. Oh, you're talking about what is that M. Night Shyamalan movie where they're just out in the Barrowlands in New Jersey?
I don't know that one, but you know that Stephen King, what's Talisman with Straub?
I didn't read it.
That's where it's like a lot of vacillating between ours and a fantasy setting.
Okay.
I hate that.
Okay.
There have been times when I've liked it.
The entire Dark Tower series.
Yeah.
I don't read those.
Yule does not like Stephen King. He thinks Stephen King is a trash writer.
No, I do
That's
not.
what he thinks.
No, I do not.
He's right.
I'll tell you what isn't trash. Copra by Michel Fiffe.
Good save.
Is the first issue of Copra that he published on his own. Fiffe writes, draws, letters, colors, inks, everything. His story, writes it all.
Yeah.
He reads it, and it's fun. I really like this. And if you were to buy this comic book online, you'd probably pay close to $600 or $700 for the first issue.
Wow.
And this is an Image first. This is a $1 comic book of the first issue of Copra, and I recommend people come in and pick it up. I got a whole bunch of them. I'm really excited to be able to read it as a comic book, and it's also signifying the fact that Michel Fiffe is going to be bringing Copra to Image with new monthly series. With a new monthly series.
That makes good sense.
Yeah.
So you said that it's $600 or $700 to buy the original. So this is a reprint, essentially.
Yeah, I think they were like
Are they reprinting?
Three or
how
five.
many do they plan to do? Are they going to reprint everything he self-published?
Well,
Are they going up to a number? What?
So they're doing. I guess it's going to be called probably like Copra something else, and it's going to take place right after where the last issue of his stuff took place.
Okay.
So it went like 34 issues, something like that. I can't remember.
Okay.
So this will be basically the 35th issue.
The next one.
The next one coming out.
Okay. So
all of them are collected.
They are. Okay.
I have probably all of them in the store right now.
Okay.
Some are going to be under Image Press, and some of them are going to be Bergen Street Press, which is where it originally was published, which is a comic store in New York.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you had to guess, which one do you think will sell better? This Copra #1 or the next issue, which continues the story? Which one do you think will sell better?
This will be easier to sell because it's $1 and it's the very first issue.
And it's the #1. So go on.
I'm hoping this will get people excited enough to want to buy the series going forward, because
which will be #2?
#1. It'll be a #1.
It will also be a #1.
Yeah, this is Image first. These are all, so a whole bunch of them came out this week. The Gideon Falls, Criminal, this one, Unnatural, and I have a spinner rack. Oh,
that's a great idea.
Somewhere over here. Oh, there's the spinner rack. It's all the way over there.
I can see it. Yeah.
So the spinner rack has all the other Image books that are the first issues, and they're $1.
Yeah, that's very smart.
Yeah, and it's cool.
That's how much they should cost.
Well, let's not talk about. I'll never make rent.
Stevenson and ask him whose idea it actually was.
Yeah, really.
I don't know if that's true, but whatever.
Lois Lane #2 comes out tomorrow.
Who did that cover? That's a nice cover.
I don't know. Probably. Who do you think that is?
I'm not guessing. I have no idea. Well, how am I supposed to know that?
It is Mike Perkins or Nicola Scott. It is Perkins, the series artist.
Cool.
Yeah, he's good. I like him.
That's nice.
He draws really good Crunch commercials. Yeah, the first issue was awesome, and it did very well. I had to reorder it.
Oh, good.
See, that's the problem. They're too close together. So what do you remember what happened? I don't remember what happened in the first issue. She made out with Superman in the shower. I remember that.
Whoa, no kidding.
It was steamy.
Was it steamy or
It
what?
was very steamy.
Was it really now?
Yeah, she was getting dressed down by Perry, and
Literally?
no,
Figuratively. Okay, I gotcha.
That's what like.
I don't know.
Goes.
I don't know what Lois Lane does in her free time.
She met somebody in a parking lot. And,
God, jeez, oh man,
yeah, and
this gets better.
All sorts of espionage. I can't remember. Yeah, it was like deep throat action. I forget. There's like some Russian. I hate the president stuff going on. Yeah. Anyway, two's coming out.
Good. Good.
Sea of Stars #2. This is the Jason Aaron comic book. He's writing it with his Dennis Hallam character. Oh, Dennis Hopeless. That's right. He No, I saw Dennis Hopeless Hallam in a Marvel comic coming forward. So yeah, so they're working on this together with Stephen Green, or whatever, and some other person. I didn't love the first issue. It was a father and a son in space, and they get separated. That was when it started picking up, but it was right towards the tail end. The kid is, I don't know, he's written like he's supposed to be, kind of a fun kid, maybe precocious or something like that.
No such thing, but all right.
He was kind of annoying. He was kind of annoying to me.
They would be. You know what I'm telling you? A precocious child would genuinely be an annoyance.
It's kind of like, shut up, kid. Maybe
you're 7.
Up in space now.
How old's the kid supposed to be?
Probably 6 or 7. You're right.
That young? God, if he's not on a piano at that age, I don't. Just get him out of here.
They're in space. They're doing space stuff.
There's space pianos.
So, right? At the same time when this first issue came out, the first issue of Space Bandits came out, which is a Mark Miller comic book.
I have to say, the cover alone looks much more interesting.
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed this one. This was 2 chicks in space getting effed up royally. Royally, I mean.
Is this issue 2? Is that what you said?
Yeah, this is issue 2.
Yeah, I remember you talking about the first issue.
Yeah, I was really actually disappointed when the woman who got the crew together to do the stealing.
Yeah.
And when they screwed her over, it was very upsetting. I was kind of upset for her.
That's a good thing in a story.
So at the end, her and the other lady, I can't remember the names, they are in prison, and it seems like they got some axes to grind, and that's what's going to happen going forward. Mark Miller usually has pretty cool action and violence. And
I got a question for you, though. Does the guy do only revenge stories?
No.
No?
I think as he's gotten older, there have been some softer side comic books that he's done.
Because it feels like a theme. A theme that he does well, but nevertheless.
Not Tarantino.
He's not Tarantino.
Well, Tarantino just writes talk. That's all he cares about.
Oh.
He just wants to write dialogue that he thinks is clever.
Well, the thing about Mark Miller is he always used to be... He was kind of like the shock jock equivalent to a comic book writer.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, whatever. He was always one-upping everything that came before him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He learned all the bad things about Grant Morrison, not the good things.
Did he work with Grant Morrison, or did he just?
Yeah, he was like he got handheld into the industry. If he was working on something, it was Morrison and Millar working on. And I say Millar to get the A, even though we know it's Miller. Okay.
Yeah. I will type to you. Well, I'm gonna just type it in chat. This kid that I went to school with, his name was Clay Miller. Okay.
Yeah.
That is not correct. That is That's hilarious. I wish autocorrect wasn't a thing.
Did you see that Ryan Hudson's in chat?
Yeah, I said hi earlier.
Oh, okay, very good.
That's how you spell Miller in the Germantown where I grew up.
I have a customer
Grew up.
that has it spelled that way. Oh no, with a U.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But he says Mueller.
Ah, yeah.
But there was a baseball guy named Miller spelled that way, I think.
Yep.
Stupid names.
Yeah, dumb name.
This is a one-shot. Marvel's doing a couple of one-shot comic books.
Is it because he's going to die?
No. It's because they wanted to trot out some of their old people that are still getting paid by them.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's what they're doing here. We've
got
their
money's worth.
Peter David and Rick Leonardi doing a sensational Spider-Man called Self-Improvement. I am a big fan of Peter David. I am a big fan of Rick Leonardi. He did some of my favorite Spider-Mans when I was a kid growing up. And he never seen... That wasn't it, though. It wasn't 2099. He did 2099, but they worked on it together even.
Stan Lee has a new show out?
I don't want to hear it. How is he getting paid for this? I'll say this, though. It's not my favorite Rick Leonardi I've ever seen.
Is he working on something else busily and kind of threw this in?
I doubt it. He's old.
Oh. Well, what's old? Like every year, right? The term becomes less meaningful.
All right, if you say so.
Yeah, well, I mean, is he a functioning human being? Is he slowing down? Like, what is he?
I don't know.
How old do you think he is? All right, whatever.
I don't know.
All right.
You can barely see when I'm looking at pages. This is part 2 of the Tom King written Superman. Already he's beaten and bloodied. Typical Tom King, just messing up his superheroes. The first issue was good. It was cute. There wasn't anything really great or, earth-shattering. But I'm going to read it. I enjoyed it enough to want to check it out again. Adam Kubert. I don't know which Kubert is doing it. It's good art.
Kubert. Hey, wait. Adam and what?
This was one of the Walmart ones. Yeah.
No. The other Kubert is Adam and Andy. So it's just a Kubert. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's Andy, by the way. Okay. I screwed up.
Way to
go.
One
did an X-Men book. Okay. One did a Wolverine book. Ugh. I mean, I liked it. Those were fun times. They do big jaws. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. And this is the last big book that I have that's going to be on the shelf.
Oh, look, it's a #1.
It's Absolute Carnage. It's that 6-issue miniseries I was telling you about.
Yep.
It's got Donny Cates writing it. It has Ryan Stegman doing the art. They did Venom, which sold very well for us. And I already showed some of the alternate covers that we're going to be selling for increased prices tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
These are the ones that are going to be out on the shelf cover price.
Yeah. Okay.
You didn't ask me how much cover price is.
I didn't want to, but I didn't think I needed to. What are they, $8?
Holding the line.
I like how you said that. Look how thick that is.
Yeah.
$8.
Okay. How many pages are we talking? That looked like a 48-page book.
What? No,
yeah, something.
I mean, I've got the internet and some resolution problems, but I mean, how many pages is it?
Don't worry about it. I don't think it matters.
All right.
Ryan Stegman is the artist. He's very good. Ooh, I like that.
Did Tim Burton do the cover?
All sorts of people did covers. Anyway, we're going to get a lot of more history, I'm assuming.
This book's all about Carnage?
I think it's going to... So they promised that it is going to have some reaching effect. I don't know about lasting effect. But it will have some reach, it will reach out into the Marvel universe. That if you like Spider-Man and there's a Spider-Man Absolute Carnage book, you're going to enjoy this.
Okay.
It looks freaking awesome. They've changed the history of the symbiote and the Venom a bit, so obviously it's going to affect Carnage. they've been leading up to this, but I have not been reading a lot of Venom leading up to this. So the big test is, will I be able to understand it going forward?
Okay.
But let
That's
me
good.
show you some other covers.
Yeah, please do.
Ooh, look at that one.
Yeah, it's nice.
Don't ask me who it is.
Yeah, I've learned that lesson too.
Yeah. Look at this one. We got Hulk. It's pretty sweet. I think that's Kyle Hutz. And then this one, which
is the Hulk in the comic?
Well, like I said, I don't know because I didn't page through everything.
Yeah.
But there are going to be tie-ins with your favorite characters.
Yeah.
That are going to be absolute Carnage related.
Okay, good.
What I tell you.
Good.
There you go. You tell me.
that fist. Yeah, that's really pretty good.
I know. And it's done by Ron Lim, somebody I often make fun of.
Maybe he's found his place.
Well,
maybe this is where he belongs.
Ron Lim is a good artist. And when I want, no holofoil. No, he's one of those guys that gets the job done and it looks good.
Yeah.
But he's had the unfortunate, like twice, he's had to follow somebody leaps and bounds better than him. And that has affected how I feel about him.
Okay. I'm glad that you recognize that, though.
Unjustly.
That's just.
But also, he doesn't really excite me.
Yeah.
He excites me in a way where when I wanted to break into comics, if someone said you're going to get hooked up with Ron Lim,
number 2,
I'd be, that's awesome. I'm very
kidding. Yeah, no kidding.
This guy's going to get this crap done.
Yeah.
My crap done.
Yeah.
It's going to look good. It's going to read well.
But not as good as.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Exactly.
That's good.
He's a workman. He's a Yeoman, whatever.
Yeah.
He's a good hand. But he's kind of boring.
That cover's not boring. The cover is good. What? It is good.
Like over and over again to me. Like you hear people, they say, "Oh wow, I really like Ron Lim," and I'm like, "Really? who? Wow, what do you think of this person?" Is really what I want to like.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I mean, now I'm the kind of person, and I've frustrated many a person when they tell me that something is their favorite. I say, "Really?
Oh, I really can't stand that thing that you just said you love."
Well, rather than say that, I say, "Well, what's number 2?" I gotta know. Like, all right, give me your top 3, please. This would be very important. Yeah, Ron Lim's kind of a number 2.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, when you're new to a subject, also, it doesn't matter what it is. Anything that's in the arts, right? Your exposure, your entry that's what you know at that moment in time. So there may be people who the first comic book they ever read, was drawn by Lin, and that's their entry, and so they like that guy, and they may like him disproportionately for the rest of their lives too. Because that was the avenue in, that's why I discount my fandom for certain authors, because I read them young and they got me places.
Tracy Hickman, Piers Anthony.
Oh man, I've gone back and tried to reread. Not a pleasant experience, but I would still buy them if I saw them at the store and they were, little first edition paperbacks. Absolutely. Hey, so what's the next banner?
New comic book day tomorrow.
Well, that's the banner that we've been using for the last section.
I assume there would be like some sort of goodbye or something like that.
Are we done?
We're going to ask we already did that. We were going to ask the audience a question or anything like that. Did you want to
I think now would be a good time to actually answer any questions if there were any. I mean, I found that one, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, we did pretty good on that. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, Ryan, no holofoil. I think that was already answered though.
Yeah. Mukbang. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Mukbang.
Hey, Eugene.
I like these banners, man. They're fun.
We have some mukbang. Yeah, sure.
What is the mukbang?
Charming and inoffensive phone-ins. Wait, what?
You can phone in if you would like to dial. That's another banner. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Oh, what?
Yeah, dial in to.
Making this a phone-in show?
We can do that though now.
We can. I would have to figure it out, but yeah, we can do that.
How exciting!
So stupid, right?
I think it'd be a good idea.
Who
I
uses
would
phones?
questions.
I mean, they can't. I mean, I see the day coming when people don't even use phones anymore.
Well,
like,
I bet.
phones.
Can you change the color of the banner? Yes, you can.
Yes, I can, but it's Dodger season.
All right, so Jesus, I want you to know this has been in the refrigerator for weeks now. It's called melon milk.
Glare, but yeah, good, yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, weeks in milk would not be good.
It's fine. I mean, half and half literally lasts forever.
Well, that's true. And then, oh yeah, I guess we're asking people, right?
And have you ever seen butter spoil?
Space Punch.
Yes.
Space Punch.
Did Bob say he had?
Wait, I didn't hear the question. What?
Has anybody ever seen butter spoil?
He said yes.
Yeah,
I've never seen it spoil.
I've never seen it spoil.
I've seen it get all yucky, but I don't think it was spoiled.
Mayonnaise either. Never seen it. But peanut butter. Never seen peanut butter go bad. The mixable kind.
Sick from eating all butter.
Yeah, it gets all oily and you can't stir it anymore.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I don't think it's bad though. I think it's still serving its function without having spoiled.
If that's the only thing I can get in an earthquake situation, I'll eat it greedily, happily.
Yeah.
So it was
okay. So that there's a choice, ladies and gentlemen: the space punch or a bunch of butter.
No, melon milk. Stop it! Don't say that. Don't say that.
Vote now, butter. Vote butter.
Mukbang. This is horrible.
Let's get
Spoiled
some
butter
on the counter now, and in 6 weeks we'll revisit it and get butter.
All right, fine, we will. I mean, it will melt. I know that. I mean, that won't be good.
We'll keep it in a bowl.
I am positive I wasn't looking at margarine.
All right, very good. So,
No, it's made of.
is there any? So, Space Punch, melon milk. There's only like how many people even in here? I mean, Space Punch. Thank you, Jill.
That's Jill. I'm sorry, but like if her vote counts more than anybody else's, I'm voting against Space Punch.
You're
melon milk for Fantinuum.
Thank you.
Jill, I just want to oppose you, Jill. It's not a big deal.
I'm not worried that Eugene would make me sick with anything.
I would be. I have seen some of the stuff he's brought. I've tasted some. Some's been quite good, but some has been questionably sourced.
Even he's laughing at
Fine. Save the melon milk for me tomorrow when I come in.
I think melon milk is the answer, honestly.
No, that's fine. I'll do melon milk. We should get it out of the way.
Let's do it.
Right.
Let's do it. Melon milk wins.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, it can't last many more weeks in the fridge, huh?
No, if it can.
It's a juice box.
What's the best by date?
7/10/2019.
Oh wow.
That's really close.
That's past, isn't it?
It's
but
there's nothing to even shake up. It's hard as a rock. All right, let's find out.
It is butter. Huh. What do you know?
Yeah, have some of that.
No,
Woo.
thanks. Describe, please.
It tastes like melon, and
is it a particular type of melon? Is it a cantaloupe? Is it a kielbasa?
There's a lot of.
It's a honeydew.
It's very.
That's what's on the. That's the image on the cover. The honeydew.
There
What-
might be a little cantaloupe in there.
Like a mixed together like mutation. Multi-melon. Okay.
I don't know if it's in my head that this could be spoiled, but it tastes horrible.
I disagree.
I think Eugene should taste it too.
It's that aftertaste.
Eugene should be able to tell us if that's normal.
Well, the
No, you
aftertaste
can't get
is
it.
the milk.
Eugene, come on into the camera, man. It's Eugene sighting. It's Eugene sighting.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
That's Eugene's voice. The voice of Eugene, ladies and gentlemen. He said it was all right.
I'm not going to be sicker than I am.
It's got that. It's got that aftertaste that all of his stuff has.
Oh, you're washing your mouth out, huh?
Yeah, I am right now.
All right.
I mean, I can taste the melon though. That aspect of it.
Very melony.
Very melony. Oh, there he is.
And yeah, I was thinking a green a honeydew also.
That's what you were thinking when you tasted it.
Yeah.
That's not what's on the. You said the cover's like some kind of amalgamation of.
No, no, I think it looks like. Oh, it looks like a cantaloupe more.
Yeah, it kind of does. Well, yeah, the honeydew looks a lot like that too. I think.
Cantaloupe flavored too, but I really feel like it's multi-melon.
Maybe it might be multi-melon, or I mean, it's multi-chemicals.
Pulpy chemicals. Yep.
Also, maybe when I was saying green melon, the box is green, so that could have had a reason, an effect on me.
Maybe.
Or I'm loaded,
What was in that melon milk? Very little milk.
Too much milk.
Too much milk. That'd be awesome. Have you ever heard what is it called? It's something brewery. It's a medical condition where your body turns carbohydrates into alcohol, and so you get drunk if you eat too many carbohydrates.
What?
And like it's something brewery. I don't remember. It's like I can't remember the first word, but it's something brewery, and it means like your body has too much yeast in it, and you're producing alcohol when you eat carbohydrates. Any of the stuff that your liver doesn't filter out ends up turning into booze, and then you just get sloshed for no booze.
Sounds good.
I don't know. You have a carbohydrate rich diet?
I would. I could.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to be drunk all the time, but imagine, just trying to function a normal, get fired from a job because you get piss tested at work and you're, could go bad. You can't get fired, obviously, for being drunk at work.
No. Right? In fact, since I have...
I gotta give myself a raise. Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Right.
Anytime soon.
Sure. Any amount of money would be a raise, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
But we actually had a few good weeks recently.
Good.
Yeah, definitely it was people that aren't going to be here in the next couple weeks.
Hold on.
Spending money here. And that's
yes.
what we expect in Berkeley. The school's not in session. So, and then we've also recently had the half price section that we have, and also lowered sticker price items that we have. Usually when we're buying from the public, if I can't go straight half, I might go a little lower if something's kind of mangled, or if something is not in code with something that's going on right now, we will sticker it a different price also. So those tables have been doing really well with us. What do you disapprove?
Nothing. I was playing a game with somebody in chat.
Oh, very good.
Nothing about.
Oh, I think I'm poisoned now.
Okay, so I have not had milk. I drink. I put half and half in coffee, but I haven't had milk. And there's a big difference when it comes to. It's like eating ice cream doesn't affect my stomach the same way as half and half. Like if I drink milk or have a bowl of cereal with real milk or have ice cream, I notice because my biome rejects it, right? So to me, it is poison.
Intolerance to me.
Yeah, intolerance.
Oh yeah. I mean, what do you think intolerance is, though? I mean, it's your body telling you it doesn't want that. It's like conflicting biomes. I mean, if you're whatever. We can talk about veganism and my transition later.
Fancy.
I'm kidding. I'm not judging. I need to talk to Jill. So Jill, when we get off of this, I'm gonna talk to you on the typey machine. So don't go far. But how are you feeling, buddy? Are you ready to wind this down?
Yeah, I'm really. Yeah, I mean,
over ready.
I'm wound up, but I'm ready to wind this down. Yeah, sure.
You're a little bit lit. Okay. Well, it's been 2 hours. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
It's
so this is our first time with StreamYard. I think it worked pretty well.
I think it was extraordinarily better than Google Hangouts. Infinitely. Like, I like it 100 logarithmically more. How's that? But we are done for the night, so say goodnight, Yule.
Good night, Yule.
Say goodnight, Bob.
Good night, Bob.
Thanks for joining us. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Bye.
All right. Broadcast is over.
All right.